Hello.
So, hi Kinjal.
Hi. So, shall we wait for the audience to join for more 2 minutes, or shall we begin? Somalia? Okay. 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 So let's begin. So, good morning, everyone. I am Kinjal, your host today for SciComm Synapse session, and we are thrilled to welcome Sharma, a dynamic startup strategist and innovation catalyst to SciComm Synapse. Sanyam is currently the co-founder at Cintas Healthcare, where he's leading impactful solution at the intersection of technology and health, with a strong foundation in biotechnology from DC Rust and extensive experience across research and product management. Sanyam has seamlessly navigated roles at premier institutes such as IIT BHU and AIMS New Delhi, and he has collaborated internationally through projects like linked to Harvard School and Elgreen Limited. He has also brained behind initiatives such as Nectar Design and has spearheaded the launch of energy efficient products at Tech Hindustan. Passionate about building things from scratch and scaling them to with purpose, Sayam has been recognized by IIT Kharagpur and served as a startup coordinator at Institute Innovation Council. Today, he joins us to share his journey from labs to leadership and the science to stories behind building biotech based startups in India and beyond. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Sanyam Sharma.
Uh, Thanks for the warm welcome, Kinjal.
Thank you. And I also warmly welcome our dear audience to this exciting session. So let's dive straight to the dive straight to into the conversation. So, Mr. Sayam, let's begin with I think the most intriguing question, which is about your journey into the healthcare entrepreneurship. So, what inspired you to co-found Cintas Healthcare? Can you please shed some light on this question?
Sure, Kinjal. Actually, I believe in sustainability is harnessing the maximum output from the minimum usage of what your resources you have and an optimal impact on the surroundings. So, after my job role at Tech Hindustan, I was just looking for the problem that I need to solve. I worked with some professors from different universities. So basically, I was looking for something that will just fulfill my ambitions in healthcare and medicines. So I met a guy, very normal chemist in my area. So he's also very passionate about pharmacies, what is happening in India, and the generic salt that we are doing. So I have a good knowledge about biotechnology and what is healthcare and overall. So he is a 12th grade guy, but he is very passionate. He has some good funds to start his own venture. So together we started this company, Cintas Healthcare, where we are dealing with one of the top manufacturing plants in India in generic salts, and we are marketizing our own brands in healthcare. And currently, we are also starting our medical tourism business and had a tie-off with Dubai and Singapore. These two countries we're tackling right now.
Nice, nice. That's something I believe will resonate strongly if there are any aspiring entrepreneurs today in our session. So I think we can move to the further question. Further, we would like to know, like, what were the biggest challenges that you faced while building this company, and how did you overcome these challenges?
Okay, so challenges, if you talk about challenges, entrepreneurship uh, is equal to challenges. It's not a job role, it's a lifestyle that you need to settle up for the whole life. And I believe that technology is not just something about softwares, internet, and computers, that what the world knows, but it's a very broad term where you are adding value to your work. So, life sciences is also a technology. So, if you talk about life sciences, in this current scenario, if you know about Irum's law, the number of drugs that we are producing divided by the cost is increasing. That means the number of drugs that will produce in the upcoming years will surely decreasing. So this is the one of the biggest challenges, that you don't have any moat right now. Like, if you want to produce your own drug, development is in itself is a huge conundrums, and you need a lot of money. In India, VCs are not helping out founders because if you want to develop something, it may take 10 years, 15 years, and still there is no guarantee that you will build something good. Government grants is also decreasing right now due to some political reasons or the instability in the economics. So these are some basic challenges that we are facing. Plus, competition in pharma is very high, and the growth of pharma companies is like in a lenient way. But if you talk about the biotech sector, like I'm not into the biotechnology, but we are have plans to shift into biotechnology. But in biotechnology, if you do some good research, good work, so your growth will be like a big curve. These are the basic challenges. And if you talk about in India, your parents will not
Yes.
allow you to do a startup because they want you to do a good job. Na?
Yes.
Who everyone wants their children to be Virat Kohli, but don't want to see them struggling like Virat Kohli.
Yes.
That's the reason. Yes.
Yes. So that certainly gives something for us to think about. So continuing with that question, I'd like to ask if you could go back to your early days, like as a founder, and then what advice would you like to give to yourself as of now?
I will say don't plan for short term.
All
Like
right.
if you have something that I will be rich in 1 year or two, you will not be. Like it took years to just understand the industry. I'm not talking about the your problem that you're solving. I'm talking about the industry. Like we are into healthcare. I guess Kanvi has some questions. He's just thumbs up.
Yes, Kanvi, do you have some question or anything to put on? Maybe she's just affirming. I think maybe
Okay,
just
okay. So we are talking about actually. I just
no problem, Kanvi. Please continue, Mr. Sayam. Please continue.
yeah, sure. So we are talking about the advice. So it will take 2 years, 3 years to understand the industry. Like we are into healthcare. I know that for the next 2 years, I will understand how healthcare works, how things are going in healthcare, about distribution, supply chain, market research, and all. Because healthcare in itself is a very big a world in itself. So when we talk about the pharma, it's a very small part of it where we are tackling our own startup. So if you are doing a startup, don't think that you will get success in next 2 years, 3 years. In any industry, for like 6 years, 7 years, you are not making money. But for the next 2 years, when you learn the basics of the industry, like it will be a boom. You have a lot of money, you have a lot of respect in the market. So and it's not an easy thing. I mean, there is a I was listening to a podcast from the founder of Airbnb. He said that for the first 2 years that when I started the company, I had pain in my chest every single morning. Like he is like it was a shitty experience that I did. A good weight loss journey that was happening in his life. Yeah.
Yes. So that's an approach we all can learn from. So further, let's move on to the next question. So besides Cintas healthcare, Nectar design, you have also worked across multiple sectors, from biodiesel to fitness tech. So how do
Yeah.
you yes.
Yeah. Please continue.
So how do you adapt your product strategy mindset across such diverse domains? Can you please answer this question?
Okay. So I'm always like we need to fail as I believe in the ideology that fails mean first attempt in learning. Okay. Every day fail, my day by day strategies failed. And if you know that I I got a prize from IIT Kharagpur in designing the whole charger system for India. So we got first prize, and my professor asked in our last last class. So Sayam, how did you learn about EVs? Like you are a biotech student, and how you can do in something in EVs? So I said, ma'am, innovation does not have any kind of chapters. Innovation is in itself is the innovation, and you need to learn about the basics, how things are working, how market is working, and the basics. Like if you're talking like common sense is not so common.
Yeah.
If you talk about in ventures, people are building something that people don't want. But if you do your basic researches, like what they need and what are the requirements of the market, how you will check the price point. Like Nectar Design, these are projects were not just startups in a fancy way. They were experiments in my leadership, trust, and resilience. I learned that product market fit is 50% listening and 50% is letting go of your ego so that you can learn again. So it's a loop: unlearn, and relearn. In that point,
That's a great takeaway. Think it really underscores the importance of adaptability from navigating into different domains.
yes.
So,
And if you talk about in healthcare, and or anything that is related to climate tech or non-conventional degrees, your product is not just about UX, UI, apps. It's biology, regulations, trust. And I believe building without understanding is just packaging noise as innovation. And I know a friend in Bombay who is building a venture in cultivated meat. They're creating just a breast chicken in their own labs, and from past 1 year they are trying to get approvals from the government, and they are still stuck in that loop.
okay.
This is the difficult task they are doing right now.
Yes, this is the first step, and this is also the one of the most difficult step.
Yes, yes, yes.
We can put it as this. So wow. So you have had research internships at IIT BHU and AIMS Delhi, and even you have collaborated on international projects. So what initially sparked your interest in biomedical research, and did those how did those early experiences influence your career path?
Okay, so when I was in my ninth class, I usually solve physics questions as fast as I can, because the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So
Yes.
there's a lot of uncertainties in our careers, in our lives. So whenever I do the physics, I literally love the equations, solving maths. And even my school teacher pushed me to take science, but I had a very bad relationship with maths, so I choose biology. And then I was preparing for NEET, and I took competitive classes, everything, but I didn't selected. So when I joined bachelor's of technology in biotechnology, in my first year I decided that I will do something great. I will start my own hospital chains. And when you are a kid, we have a doctor said we want to doctor. When we have a gun, like we want to become a soldier. So our aspirations and dreams changes over the time, what we want to be, because you learn about the market. Are just grabbing new things, what is happening in the market, and everything is like around your surrounding. People are working on different domains, different projects. So this is something that I learning. In first year I want to started my own healthcare chain. Then in second year I started my own design agency. In my third year I did something different, because COVID was like hell. And you know what, the life sciences student always look for others to give them opportunities in different domains. Like we need labs, we need someone's help and solving the problems, so we can do. So we always look up for others, we don't try to get the opportunity. So this was the time that I took a commitment from my own self that I will try to get a opportunity by my own self. I joined AIMS Delhi under Dr. Siddharth Kundu, amazing person, amazing professor, amazing researcher. So he helped me to understand the basics of bio researches, how pharmaceutical industries works. And then I joined a venture in Mohali as a product lead. So things go totally in a left direction, because I was into healthcare and then into IoT. So I was still working. The person who was running the Tech Hindustan promised me to give me funds to start my own healthcare company. So which I was working with them for initial 3 to 4 months, and then I started Cintas Healthcare with my founder and partner.
All right. So that's a valuable perspective. Thank you for sharing that. And about Siddharth Kundu, I'm also a graduate from AIMS Delhi. So I have
Okay.
yes, so I have also taken classes from him. He's an amazing professor as well as a researcher.
I'm just struck by his irresistible manner.
Yes,
Very
he's
calm person.
humble also. Yes,
Yes,
very
yes.
okay. So thank you for your valuable perspective. So many of our audience members, are pursuing or planning a career in biotechnology or similar fields like that. So, what role has your background in biotechnology played in shaping your entrepreneur vision today?
My vision for pharma industry or biotechnology, just in,
Biotech. I mean, many of our audiences, most of them must be doing their BSc in biotechnology or planning their masters or further PhD in biotechnology or similar fields like that. So they may or they may not be, much familiar about the idea that how can they enter to entrepreneurship,
into
right?
entrepreneurship.
Yes. Yes. So can you please shed some light and some valuable information about,
Actually, it is in itself is a very big question and a very big topic, but I will try my best to
yes,
clarify it. So when I choose biotechnology, it was not exactly a very hot career path. Like people, I know people who said in 2000 people are saying that biotechnology will be boom, but it's like almost 2.5 decades and nothing very much big is happening over here because time span in building drugs, in building therapies, it took time, it took a lot of money, and India don't have such infrastructure, such funds. VCs are not helping out in any way, so it was not a very hot career even today. So the irony that India is producing almost 1 lakh life science students every year, but only a fraction of them getting good roles. And what of the worst part is the salaries in early stage biotech roles have not grown in a decade. Even at Patanjali, I know a lot of people who had completed their PhDs and are getting only 35 to 40,000 per month
per month?
in salary at Patanjali. This is the current scenario because they are not getting money from the research. They are getting money from the manufacturing, from the distribution and supply chain. So they are not focusing very much on the research part. It is just an integral part, but not an important machinery type of system in a company because they mostly focus on the marketing and the sales. So if you as a biotech grad, you are shifting your career into sales and marketing and different companies like Prema's Life Sciences, different manufacturing plants, you will get a decent job because you are kind of a great wheel in their karma to get the business and the in the role.
Yes.
So it's a tough pill, but also a signal we need more builders just than seekers, so we can create more opportunities for us. And the problem is not just talent; it's translational. We have almost, if I talk about over 80% pharma research and generic focus now.
Okay.
Generic starts and people are doing, and the number of new chemical entities that being developed locally has developed over 60% in last 15 years, and the research is getting riskier, longer, and more expensive.
Hmm.
And the price of one failed molecule sometimes it's around $100 million to 1 billion plus in almost 10 years, and so it's a very big risk in research. So India is not a good country for research based opportunities.
Yes. Okay, so that perspective really broadens the way that we look at the field. Okay. So also what advice would you like to give the biotech graduates or someone who wants to transition into product management or start their own venture? What advice would you like to give them?
I will say the we don't need more biotech grads. We need leaders.
Yes.
If you talk about US, like a Harvard grad who did economics is building something into biology. What is happening in US? What is the difference between Indian education system and US? Because the minor course that guy did and you at Harvard is minor in biotechnology because they have a very good curriculum to learn different paradigms of education, different technologies. So in India, we need not just biotechnology. We need to add more curriculum curricular activities about telling them the business, how biotechnology works is happening, about medical tourism. So it will broaden the knowledge of the students, and also salaries may be low, but yeah, labs under funded and innovations rare is a big problem. But yes, with time, with increasing number of ventures in India, it will surely improve the situation for biotech grades.
That's an invaluable advice. I think our audience will really appreciate that, those practical pointers. So, lastly, would you like to brief something about your company? What does your company exactly do, and what is it all about?
Yeah, sure. So Cintas Healthcare is as a marketing company. We have our own franchisee model in almost 7+ states in India, and 80 plus distribution network, and almost we are covering 200+ doctors. We have a team of 10+ people in sales who just go to visit doctors, like kind of MR, medical representatives. So we have almost 100+ products and diabetic range, and critical range, injectables. So Cintas Healthcare is just kind of a company who is working towards the better medical supply chain. This is what I will define ourselves in a word.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's amazing. And
And in the next 2 years, we are setting up our own manufacturing plant for food-based products only.
okay. Okay. So, what further? I mean, what further vision do you have for this company, or any other, innovation you are thinking about in this field or any other field?
Okay, so what I'm seeing that market is very competitive. A lot of manufacturing plants are already here in pharma and in food sector. My vision for the next 3 years is like I will improve my supply chain network. I will improve my network with doctors so that whenever I set up something new, it will be it will easier for me to disrupt the market. And we are already setting up our food manufacturing unit for vitamins, essential oils, and other products that we're tying off with Unigen. Unigen is one of the biggest companies in US for Univestin. Univestin is their salt, which is used in orthopedics, and uh, their collagen is very stable. Like no one is doing in India, and we are into conversation with them to setting up our own manufacturing plant in the collaboration with them. So this is my short-term vision. For long-term vision, I'm just looking out for to improve ourselves into injectables like vaccines and all, into biopharmaceuticals. Like biopharmaceutical is the scope of the industry in healthcare, because all like pharma is a 70-year-old concept. All the researches that are have done in the past, like if you talk about in today's world, barely any molecules are just left to do the molecular docking to get the result. So the number of efforts is increasing, but the results is getting very low in pharma industry right now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
kind of a saturation.
Yeah, that field is saturated.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, extending on to that questions, in your opinion, what reforms do you want in our Indian startup ecosystem?
In startup Indian ecosystem, actually, it's kind of a political question, and I'm not a very political guy, but yeah, as a student, as a learner, as a entrepreneur, I will say firstly we need to educate people that things are never gonna be easy. If you want to build something good, if you want a normal career, it's good. Go to college, get a job, get married. It's simple. But if you want something like a rebel, it will be a journey. Like if you I talk about, there is a community called Sherpa.
Right.
They believe that you need to find your own path. Like they live in Himalayan mountains, so whenever they need to find a new way for their community, they dig down the mountains for themselves to find a new path. So this is something entrepreneurs do. Like every single morning whenever I go to my office, my difficult job is not to do my own job, it's to find
Yeah.
job for myself, to find job for my team. If I'm not building the business, we are like our daily expenses like 10 to 15,000 per day, like in office, like salaries, expenses. So if we are not getting the job, we are 15 to 20,000 in losses. So this is a difficult task to do, to find the job for our own self.
Okay, that's really insightful. Do you have any other message for your audience, or there is something that you want to add on to this conversation?
I will say never wish, always work for your dreams and repeat it in a loop, and be flexible for your careers. Don't think that you had a degree in biotechnology so you cannot do anything around. So you should be flexible, you should be always exploration should be the part of your daily routine. So find new opportunities for yourself, find the new paradigms of the market, discuss it with your friends, and I'm always open for the conversation. If you need something from our end, if you need some funds, like we have a capacity to fund like almost 5 to 10 lakh rupees per venture that we are doing right now to get some more research in our own company. So I believe that curiosity will always lead you to the greatest paths of work.
That's a great takeaway. Thank you for sharing that valuable message. So now we can move on to audience question and answer round. We'd like to hear from our audience. If they have any questions for Mr. Sanyam, please either raise your hand or you can either put it in the chat. So anyone from the audience? Any questions?
So when you started your journey with this startup, so getting the funds was would have been very difficult for you. So how did you go into the seed funding, or did you try took some help of some
Yeah,
incubator or something else?
it's a very good question, Somalia. What I believe as a founder, as a Indian student, like in India, if you talk about startups, funding is not as easy as we think. And what I believe is, but when I started, I didn't take any grant. I started from the basics. I started with bare minimum that I have. We registered our company. We collaborated with other companies in pharmaceuticals. We selected some districts, countries, and established ourselves on different platforms like Pharma Upper, India Mart, and we start trading their products. Like if they are giving us in 100, we're selling it at 150. We didn't set up our own inventory because it will be costly. And before just putting up the money, I will say take care of your own pocket first. You need to manage your own expenses. So this is the biggest thing that you need to do. Most of the founders did this wrong, and after a year or two, they will be like feel fatigue and they will feel demotivated to not doing the venture. So this is a good thing that I did. I didn't take any funds. We started bootstrap. We built a good strategy, and right now we are doing like almost 100 plus our own products. We earned our money and then put it back into setting up our inventory.
Okay, so you didn't take help of a incubator or something like that.
No, no, not at all. Actually, I will plan this when I have my own this R&D product to use their own labs. Right now, we are using manufacturing plants and their labs for COA and all.
So
So they
you
are helping.
So means in case currently you have not built up your lab, you are using someone else lab space.
Yes, yes, yes. We are using other facilities.
Okay, that I understood. So but why not incubators? Why aren't you aren't in favor? Because
Okay.
they also favor for by giving lab space only.
Okay, okay. So I believe in a simple living. Simple living, not in terms of like uh, I don't complicate things for my own self for my team. I try to start the ladder from the step one, step two, step three. So when we started, uh, So I will complete your question first. So when we started, I had some opportunities to collaborate with incubations, but when I did my own research to check up the startups who are incubated at IITs and other IISCRs, so they are not doing as good as they need to do, because the R&D part of biotechnology is not just about 50 lakh and 1 crore grant. It took almost 10 to 15 crores for the research, and to change consumer behavior, it will take another 10 to 15 crores.
Yeah,
Like 30, 35 crores is the bare minimum that you need if you are doing something in biotechnology. If you're something into IT field, into mechanical, you can go for the incubations. And if you talk about VCs knows that uh, biotech is not a very stable. Even in healthcare, I met a guy from Bihar who is running the Bihar startup ecosystem government, and he told me that we invested in 5 years in 30 startups in healthcare, but no one gave us a single penny of profit, because sometimes their approvals are not getting from the government. Everything is like scattered, and there are a lot of conundrums at in IITs and in incubations also. So
that
we are
is
taking step by step. Like we set up our inventory, we set up our distribution supply chains, and now we are planning to start our own manufacturing plant. We will set up a small lab to check up the products, and still I will, for the next 5 years, I will not do something that will take a lot of money from my own pocket. I will try to earn more money, so that in 5 years I will do something big from my own money. So this is my strategy for now, and I'm just doing it in a very good way.
yeah, that's really great. So we got to inspire. We really got inspired from you that what to do and what not to do. Yeah,
So thank you for so it's so one of been visible in what are the opportunities in Cintas healthcare for biotech or biochem graduate? So please, Mr. Sayam, can you answer this question for Mohammed Hassan?
So for biotech grads, right now we are looking for to expand our sales team in different regions. Like we have a current opening in Patiala, in Muzaffarnagar, UP, and a lot of more opportunities. I will share it on with Satyarth if possible, so you can guys share it with people. Like uh, Mohammed, if you have any specific questions, if you are looking for any roles, I will try to help you out. I have a good network with pharmaceutical plants and industry.
Thank you, Mr. Sayam, for answering this question. There is another question about how to deal with uncertainty during the startup journey.
Uncertainty. Actually, even I am still learning these things, because sometimes I feel very numb. Like what is happening with me? A lot of things. Even if you met two other founders who raised almost billions of dollars, I met to a guy who is doing crazy work, but he's still like, boss, my marketing team is doing this. I'm just burning money a lot. So there is nothing, a specific, you know, a path to deal with the uncertainties. So you need to build your own mindset like this. You need to know that this is something that you need to suffer, so it will be easier for you to manage things. So I read a lot of books about founders. I read a lot of podcasts. I met to a lot of people. Like today Sunday, like I will go to a lot of people who are doing something crazy work in IT industry and to IoTs. So it feels very, connected, that I'm not alone in this journey. Everyone is suffering, so it's good.
Okay, so there are more of this YouTube questions, and some of these are what aspects of your college environment particularly encouraged you to entrepreneurial journey?
uh, College environment, I don't think that college environments will inspire you to do something.
मेरी मीटिंग चल रही है 5 मिनट 10 मिनट रुकोगे 5-10 मिनट बाद
Sorry for the interruption. You can carry on with the.
And the other questions are could you share your insights about the challenges you faced when deciding to pursue startup entrepreneurship? For instance, were your parents supportive for this decision, considering that startups are often viewed as unstable core source of income?
Okay, so parents will never motivate you to do a startup, no? I was just having a conversation with my father, so he's always asked me how much profits you are earning, how much burning money I'm doing. So what are my expenses to live in a different state? And every time he said, इससे अच्छा तो घर पे रह के मेरे साथ ही काम कर लेता. So kind of thing that you should stay at home and do join my own business. So this is something that he always said. I believe that it's not about today that what I am learning. It's a long journey. For 5 years, I will learn about the industry, about the niche, and when it's my time, I will do crazy stuff, earn good money, good respect, and surely build some good products also. And about the environment, about starting is the difficult point whenever you do. Like whenever you sit, you had 30 plus ideas that I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. But doing one thing and starting it from a certain point is a must. If I'm having a conversations daily with a very great scientist from Patanjali, like he's almost 47, having 8 to 9 crores his own fund to start the venture. We started conversation in January. He was the L&D lab director of Patanjali.
Okay.
He worked with 3D cells and all everything. He is crazy. Uh, did research in US, Japan, Korea. So from the past 6 months, he's just figuring out from where he need to start, from where he need to put his money. So starting is like he's a 47-year-old guy who did a lot of work. It's difficult for him. So we are just young people. So start from something that you have a kind of motivation to start, and doing it in a loop you will fail. It's a kind of a loop. Learn, unlearn, relearn. You will learn that no, this is not happening. You need to build strategy A, strategy B, and you will figure out that yeah, this is something that is gonna work out, and I will spend the next 2 years, 3 years in building this product, and I will plan accordingly, like market size and all.
Yes, that's very insightful. I think that's always going to be a risky business, but something like curiosity and motivation will always drive us towards it. So there are also other questions about. Could you share some insights about the? This is something I think you have very nicely answered before. I think. So there is one question from YouTube where a student is asking that as you said you were preparing for NEET before the BTech. So did you have any regret about leaving NEET and choosing biotechnology? And how did you get to know about the biotechnology degree exists? I am asking you about this as a NEET dropper and a biotechnology undergraduate.
So regret is part of your life. You will carry it forward every single time you miss something. So you can't do anything. Just accept it. And if you want another drop for need, you should go for it. If you like have a confidence on yourself. I don't have that confidence at that time, so I start exploring the new opportunities. So biotech, like if you say that how I know about biotechnology, so whenever you search about Google, uh, good courses for people in bioscience, in medical after 12th. So biotech will be on the second number after
Yes.
MBBS. So that's how I know about the biotechnology field. So it's by chance, but now it's by choice.
Oh, all right. Yes. So this was for someone who kind of related with you, and thank you for answering it with so much patience. So one more question is based on your journey, where did you first gain your industrial exposure? by working at companies like El Green and Tech Hindustan before starting your own startup. How did these experiences help you launch your own venture?
So one of the biggest mistake every life science student or do is they don't network on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I'm very active on LinkedIn. I have almost 10K plus connections from different countries. And my startup journey started when I was in second year. I met to Sahil Agarwal, founder of Rishiod University in Sonipat. We started a small project like Find My School. We collaborated with 100 plus schools and onboarded on our platform, like what are their amenities, fees, and we charge schools to be listed on our kind of India Mart, or you can say Amazon for the schools,
Okay.
kind of a P2B platform. And after that, there is no going back. I started networking on LinkedIn, connected with great people like Algrin. Algrin is like now he is my friend, Dhruv. We met a lot of times. Even they are getting funds from Nikhil Kamath, WTH funds. Uh, just a month back, I was in Bombay with them to cheer up. And then I met to Armand Dhanda. Armand Dhanda is the founder of Anomaly. Previously, that was startup called Possible. So we met to Miss Manika Gandhi for that project. Like she's doing good work for pet dogs. So we pitched him to we will create something smart protein for dogs. But yeah, deals didn't work out. So this is something that I started looking for new opportunities. I'm always flexible. I'm still flexible, and I'm still exploring new opportunities. That what I can add on in my company. What should I need to reject? Like if you talk about generics, are like how many of you know about paracetamol, acycloparacera? These are the like normal painkillers in market. Believe me or not, one strategy that I choose as a company is I didn't earn a single rupee from these products because these are very basic products. Everyone need this, and I sell it margin to margin. Like if I'm getting it 80 rupees per box from the factory, I will sell it like in 82 rupees, 2 rupees for the logistics. But I know that whenever I will deal in the critical care like rifaximin, antibiotics that is not easily available in the market, I will earn good amount of money from them. So these are the some basics that I clear on my daily basis. I learned about things that you should consider before. Common sense is something that you need to be like work consciously, not always about subconscious. Subconscious thinking will never lead you to some great results. Consciousness is something that will allow you to learn, allow you to grow a lot.
So, okay. So, thank you, Sayam, for your invaluable lesson. I mean, I just have one final question. So, can tell us about your one favorite discovery?
My
Favorite discovery?
okay, I had a good. Not right now. Right now, I'm just into. I'm a marketing and sales guy for from past 6 months. But before that, I was doing a lot of research and all. So CRISPR is something that I believe have a good impact in the upcoming time. The the way we can say the designer gene, it will change a lot of things in pharmaceutical biopharmaceutical industry.
Okay. So, one of our audience, Neha Kumari, is raising her hand. She wants to ask some questions. So, Neha, please ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hi Neha.
Sir, my question is, what advice would you give to undergraduates who have an idea that could be transformed into a successful product, but they are struggling to develop a proof of concept stage? What
Do
I
you need
mean,
see?
yes,
Okay, okay.
I mean, what specific skill would help them to turn their idea into reality?
Okay. So Neha, like, what do you mean by skill in biosciences? Can you please help me to know about this?
For example, I have an idea into mind that is something related to clean tech startup, but I am not फिगर आउट नहीं कर पा रही कि उसको प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट तक कैसे ले जाऊं ये।
Okay, so every single startup, every single entrepreneur has their own journey, and there's no like defined rules to build a product or a team, something like I'm doing into pharma. You are building something into biotechnology. My strategy will always be different, and yours will be different in terms of strategies, in terms of expansions, everything. So currently, what you should do is build a pitch deck like of 7 slides. What is your vision? What do you want?
Yes.
And what will be the end result? Your market niche, and also write about your customer profile. Customer profile is something that you are targeting, which age group, which state or country, and every single detail about your customer. This is what we call consumer detailing. Build a SWOT analysis, your strength, your weakness, opportunities, and threats. That will be easier for you to understand, like what will happen in the next 6 months or 7 months in the product journey. Like if you're talking about the drug development or something, I will strongly suggest you to do some more research, to connect with great professors, because it is not a easy task. You need good amount of money. I'm already saying, and it is not easier to find a new drug. A lot of lab setup you need, and even right now, what companies are doing, uh, like you works in 2D cultures, huh? In a plate, you're doing cultures. Right now, companies in India have 3D system, kind of a vessel, and the air should go from the glass. It's a kind of a transparent for nutrients and all, and everything just settle up in the system. So this is also a very difficult task to study systems in 2D and 3D, because effect change, molecules to drugs impact changes when you go from 2D state to the 3D one. So you should focus first on the problem, what will be the solution, and how you will find the solution. Is it feasible for yourself at this stage or not, or what kind of help you need from the people?
Okay.
This is very important.
Sir, I want to ask, I think I'm not good to approaching professors for my this idea. What will I should do?
No one is good in the starting. I will suggest you to go and ask them. Hundreds no will be better than just doing nothing and sitting. No?
Huh.
Go take some notes, so it's better.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Questions are good for your health, mental and physical both.
Okay, thank you, sir, for answering.
Kinjal, you're not.
Okay, so that was a very relatable question, Neha. Thank you for raising that up. And thank you, Sayam, for answering that in such an amazing manner. So, with this, we end our question and answer round from the audiences. And before we wrap up, we will request all our audience members to please fill out the feedback forms. Your suggestions will help us to make this session more engaging and relevant to you. And lastly, I would like to thank you, Sayam, for sharing your incredible journey and insights with us today. Your story beautifully connected science, startups, and storytelling. And it's truly inspiring for our community. We are grateful for your time and we look forward for your future innovations. And a big thank you for our dear audience for their enthusiastic participation today. This is Kinjal signing off from SciComm Synapse. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Sayam, once again.
Thank you, Kinjal, for being an amazing host. And I will just say nobody doing meaningful work ever felt ready. So just start. This is something that I learned till now.
Okay. Thank you for your amazing message. Thank you. Thank you. That was a very inspiring session. Thank you, Sayam, once again.
Okay.
Okay.